my system one.
This is Super Mario Bros. 3, played on the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance version does have some extras that were not in the original Nintendo Entertainment System version. So one of them being this little opening cutscene kind of demonstrates a bit of what the story is. And the story is simply Princess Peach, of course, got kidnapped again, but not only that, but other kingdoms around the world? I don't know, around the Mario world, also have had their, so yeah. Oh, that's a letter from Toad. Oh, no, wait. Peach didn't get kidnapped. Not yet. Let's see. So Peach obviously tells Mario and Luigi, they should go rescue the kings of the world that have been turned into monsters by Bowser's minions. Pretty sure Peach gets kidnapped at some point. What kind of Mario game is it where Peach doesn't get kidnapped? I don't know. Anyway, so similar deal with Super Mario Advance 1, 2, and 3 before it. There is this multiplayer mode, which is not multiplayer of the main game per se, but it is multiplayer of this Mario Brothers arcade game, which we are not going to go into this review because I already talked about it in my previous reviews. But this is what the multiplayer is for. Let's go ahead and quit and get into the main game, Super Mario Bros. 3. Oh, wait. There's actually L and R for options here, so you can turn sleep on and off, which is a Game Boy Advance thing. It'll just turn sleep automatically after a while, or you can press select L and R to put to sleep. Auto sleep is where it'll turn off after like a few minutes. Oh, 1 minute. If nothing happens. Also, if you play on the Game Boy player, you can in fact use Rumble. Funny enough. But that's, if you play on a GameCube player, obviously it's not going to work on an actual Game Boy Advance. So, also, the original NES version doesn't even have like this opening title screen music. But, yeah. Mario Bros. 3. Let's go ahead and check out, let's go ahead and go to this. So you can choose Mario and Luigi. That is a sort of two-player in and of itself, but it's just you take turns playing as Mario or Luigi, Luigi being a second player, and they have their own progress. Well, you sort of share progress, but you share progress in that if one person clears level, the next person can go past that. But let's go ahead and just do Mario. So what we got here, actually, let's do this one that's completed. So here, this is new, obviously, also to the Game Boy Advance version, is that after you've beaten the game, you can do a sort of a world select, where you can choose any world that you want to return to. And ordinarily, you can't pass through these levels until you've beaten them, but I have beaten them, so I can do that. Also, this game had support for the e-reader and e-cards, which you could use just to get power-ups or other stuff. In fact, there are extra levels added to this Game Boy Advance game that use e-reader cards to unlock. I don't have an e-reader, I don't have any of those cards, but you can access those extra levels in the Wii U download version on the Virtual Console. There they have unlocked the extra levels by default, and you can play them on that version. So if you don't want to get an e-reader, you can obviously do that. So what we got here is standard Mario stuff. You got your variable jump height based on how high or how long you hold the button. And then if you press side to side, you'll move, and if you hold the B button, you will run. And unique to this version of the game, or to Mario Bros. 3 in general, is that little P meter at the bottom. As you can see, it's flashing. That means you are at maximum speed, and therefore can get maximum height. So if I hold B and run, that's as high as I can go. But if I have the P, I can go just a bit higher. I almost died there. So obviously, also, of course, the Game Boy Advance version has a little bit better graphics. It has little voice clips for Mario and Luigi as they go through stuff, like picking up Mario's and picking up mushrooms and getting hit. Mushroom, of course, will give you one extra hit, and then if you have a mushroom and find another power-up, it will usually be an upgraded power-up to where it will be like a fire flower or a leaf like this. The leaf gives you the Tanuki suit, and what's unique, this is sort of the power-up of the game, sort of like how Mario World has the cape. Mario Bros. 3 has the Tanuki suit, where if you have running at max speed, you can then mash the A button or jump button, whichever that one happens to be. You can mash that to fly, like I just did. Green mushrooms are, of course, 1-up mushrooms, provided you get them before they fall down a bottomless pit, where you will die. You can tap the jump button while you're in the air to sort of float down. Oops. And if you get hit once, you will get to just Big Mario, and if you hit twice, you get down to Little Mario, and then if you hit again as Little Mario, then you will lose a life. P-switches are neat that they create these they turn blocks into coins. I'm not finding any secrets right now. And then the end of the level, there's a sort of roulette thing going on here, and depending on when you hit it, you'll get different things. And that'll add to my cards at the bottom right down there. And if I were to get a matching set of 3, I would get extra lives. And also in the Game Boy Advance version, if you happen to get, I think, one of each, star, flower, and mushroom, you'll also get some sort of extra life bonus for having, one of each. Wow, that mushroom is moving a lot faster than the Goombas. So, something to know is that you can hold down on slopes to sort of slide down them so that you can take out enemies, because if you just run into an enemy on the side, you will get hurt. And if you fall down a pit like that, you will also lose a life. And there are limited lives, and if you lose all your lives before you get to... So after you beat like this castle here, there was a pile of dirt here, or pile of rocks here that was removed after clearing the castle. So if I were to lose all my lives, all these levels would be locked again, where I can't move past them. But this mountain of rocks here that was here would still be gone, so I could skip all those levels over there and just go straight down to 5. That's sort of how the continue system works in this game. At least that's how it was meant to be considered for like the original NES version, where you couldn't save all the time, so you couldn't build up lives as easily. Because in this game you can save. As you saw in the other one, I had save and quit, which will create a continue point. So if I just want to return to the title screen, because I have cleared the game, I can save wherever I want. Whereas this game hasn't been cleared, it has a continue on it, which means I'm in the middle of trying to clear this world. So I have sort of, I've cleared this castle, but I have not cleared this world, this level here, so I can't go past it. I can't go down here. But I have cleared that level over there with the M. Interesting. I must have used a cheat or something. There are items, I should have shown that on the world map, but I will when I get back to it. So of course there are different environments in the game, such as water levels. That octopus thing is pretty bad. Alright, let's see if I can clear another level here. Oh, great. Of course it did that. Also, a thing to note is that if you are running fast enough, you can cross over single space gaps like that. That has also been a thing since the original Mario Brothers, and it's sort of carried on into every 2D Mario game. I don't know how I'm supposed to get that. I need to be able to fly or something. See if I can make this jump. Nope. So let's go ahead and check out the item options here. Weird, this is like the castle. Oh yeah. I must be... This is an interesting world where you kind of start at the castle but then have to go chase... Oh, I must have entered the castle. So, now I'm remembering what happened here. So what happened, if I could scroll... Replay data. You can save... It'll remember replay data? Oh, this is just the last level I played. This isn't necessarily what I did on that castle. So what will happen is that you can't see it now, but there is an airship. When you get to the end of these levels, there is an airship. I wish I could scroll the map, but I don't think I can. There's an airship out there that I have to go chase down now. These levels haven't been cleared. I must have used an item to pass them without having to beat them. There are items such as those in this game. Oops. That guy is throwing blocks. We are going to slide underneath. We can pick up blocks ourselves if we want. Whoa. There is a fire flower. I think I will get that. And as you can see, I can now melt these blocks. These ones have coins in them, but I'm going to need to be careful because I don't want to melt the blocks below me, which I need to not fall through a bottomless pit. Whoa! That guy just tossed that at me. Let's go ahead and see if I can just run through this. Oh boy, that is a spinning platform. And I lived, now I didn't. So yes, I have beaten this before, I just can't seem to do it right now. So yeah, save and quit. This will create continuous save data. So, but if you've beaten the game, you can save whenever you want, for real, and it'll save all your progress. And all levels will just be opened as you have. Items I have here are much more varied in selection. So you can just pick like a power-up to start a level with like a star. Or there's these whistles which let you skip to different worlds. Hammer Brothers suit. This is like the real... Oh wait, no, this is like the Hammer Brothers suit. No, no, no. This is... What is the Hammer Brothers suit? So yeah, these are little Hammer Brothers levels. They'll be in the different worlds, and they just like give you more items. So I took out the Hammer Brothers, so I got an extra star. And because I have beaten the Hammer Brothers stays, I can just re-challenge them whenever I want. Otherwise, it would just be whenever you run into it like that, you just have to like fight the Hammer Brother and to beat them. Also, this card flip minigame remembers what you've done. So if I see that card flip minigame somewhere else again, I'll be able to, if I can remember what I did. Also, these rooms have power-ups in them. And again, because I have beaten the game, I can redo them as many times as I want. If I haven't beaten the game yet, it would be closed for the rest of the level. So let me explain what happens when you get to the castle here. So each world has this castle where the king has been turned into a monster, and we gotta get the magic wand from the Koopaling to change him back. So these are all pretty much these scrolling levels with these cannonballs you have to avoid. But let's go ahead and fail this one, just because I want to show you what happens. I'm just going to go ahead and get hit by stuff. Well, I don't know if it'll work, actually. There you go. See? That's the airship. So, if I hadn't cleared all the levels, or if I had avoided the Hammer Brother up to this point, I then have to manage getting back to the airship in order to re-challenge the boss level. So that's just sort of another wrinkle to the idea of being a world. So that is pretty much the gist of Mario Brothers 3. Obviously, going to different worlds, there are a lot more factors to consider. As there are some interactions on the world map. That's kind of a unique thing to this game, is that there is more transportation-related objects or obstacles on the world maps. Like there's this bridge that's down right now. And then if I go over here, you can see there's a bridge up right here I can go across. But let's see what happens after I challenge this Hammer Brother. Oops. And now the bridge is switched. So now I can't go across sideways here, but I could go across over here. And again, you wouldn't be able to pass by these Hammer Brothers if you hadn't beat them before. But because I've beaten the game on this file, I can just pass right through them. So yeah, that is Super Mario Brothers 3. Let's go ahead and back out to the title screen here.
Choose a game. Here we go. Super Mario.
Yeah, here's the level card. So if you have e-reader cards, you can access the levels here. But like I said, the Wii U Virtual Console version of this game has all of these levels opened for you. So what you do is you kind of like scan cards. Here you can just change characters. You scan your card here and you unlock like a list of levels. But I don't have the e-reader. I don't have the Wii U version of the card reader. So I can't really show off all these things. But there are some unique levels. I have seen that like Mario Brothers 2 mechanics where you can pick up stuff like turnips out of the ground. There are some of those kinds of things in the levels. They're pretty random levels. They're not necessarily all Mario Brothers 3 styled. But they do exist. That is a thing. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the original NES version of Mario Brothers 3, just for comparison's sake. Alright, so as you can see here, there actually is no title screen music at all. The graphics are a little less colorful, I guess, compared to the Game Boy Advance. You can choose one or two player from the title screen, and then when you press start, you simply go to that first world, as you can see. And the game is pretty much the same otherwise. As you can see from my demonstration here, the game is pretty much the same. So yeah, if you have any questions about Mario Brothers 3 based on this review, please let me know in the comments below, and I will answer them. If you have played the game before, let me know if there's anything I should mention that I left out that people should know about before they decide to buy or play the game. Other than that, I guess thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.